Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the second campaign, week 1, day 4. So today we'll be finishing out the Ward Lore event. I believe it might still be a little bit short, might get to about another tier, but we'll use up every last sigil we have, and we have quite a few since we haven't been using as many the last few days. Aside from that, we got Bounty Hunter tomorrow. We will be getting a new troop for the Groshnok Kingdom. It's pretty useless. It's also going to be useless in the context of Bounty Hunter. However, it is a Bounty Hunter event nonetheless. I believe I might also spend some extra gems on it and go for the extra expensive route just because it will save us a blue orb. And obviously because of the potential of new Doom troops, or, you know, boss rarity troops coming into the game. I do want to save up on power orbs a little bit. So obviously blue orbs are the main thing towards that. So even though it costs us, I believe, about 400 more gems than normal, I believe we are going to go down that route. I believe it gives us like emoji pack or something too, but obviously that's not as relevant. I'm mostly doing it to save the blue orb most likely. Aside from that, what's the other thing I wanted to mention? I think that's pretty much it. So tomorrow morning we will be going over the entirety of Bounty Hunter. We'll be doing it all on stream, getting it all done, and should be able to get it done in a timely manner. Bounty Trip itself is pretty bad, but aside from that, shouldn't be too bad. Other than that, we do have a class event today. It's pretty relevant. The same teams you would use for the World Lore event, you could pretty much just use for this. It's almost the same restriction with the additional benefit or the additional restriction of Orc. However, almost everything in Groshnok is an Orc, so whatever you were using during the event is most likely applicable in the class trials. But anyways, let's go and do the class event, or not the class event, the we will do the class event, just not first. We're going to start off with the Ward Lore event and get most rest of this done. That's the main game plan here. Team we've been using and will be using for the rest of the time is Bone Scraper, Soul Zara, Fist of Zorn, and Garnock. That's the team we're rolling with. Been working pretty well. I believe it will tell me to go change my medals, which I actually do want to do. And where is it? Oh yeah, I don't have it set up, do I? Okay, well we'll go set it up then. I don't have a second medal, do I? I need to go get that by claiming our rewards, because we don't have one, do we? We can fix that very quickly, though. Let's go over to rewards, click claim all, see what shiny loot we get, and that should be enough to get a medal upgrade, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there it is. And with that badge, we now have slightly higher skull damage. Not like we really needed it, but hey, a little bit more. Let's see. Leaderboard's not what I want. I'm looking for a reward. So, yeah, we're actually a little bit shorter of stage 11, so actually might not be the last day we have to do this. But we'll still get it in the rest of our battles nonetheless. So again, we'll be running with this same one we've been going all week. It should be perfectly fine. We do have a lot higher skull damage that we can do during this event, so that's pretty nice. Aside from that, it's pretty clunky. We know when we had the very first Groshnok event, it was pretty clunky. We haven't really gotten too many options since then that have made it less clunky. So it is still pretty much just as annoying as it's always been, as many of you guys have probably already know throughout the week from doing it. But, yeah, definitely not the quickest of options we've ever had, but it gets the job done. Wait, it doesn't even do triple because you actually have higher HP, which is rather surprising. But you actually have higher HP, which means you don't get the triple, and that slows us down. Anyways, hello Isabel, hello Cookie, hello John, hello Defiant, and hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Hope all of you have been having a wonderful day. Definitely had a lot of fun with Fall Guys earlier, that's for sure. That was a ton of fun. Season was a little bit smaller than I thought as far as new stuff that they did, but they're going to be doing more as the season goes on. So that's the main reason they kind of didn't dump it all at first. I'll go for that for now. Generally, you don't want to kill first slot in these battles. The main reason you don't want to do that is mostly because your skull damage are going to excessively ultra overkill. So you kind of want to hit something a little bit further back so that your skulls can then take out the rest. Because if you target first slot, they're already going to be overkilled by the skull anyways, so no point in really pressuring them with damage. You normally want to pressure fourth or third slot with damage. In this case, third, because of Valraven. Normally want to pressure something a little bit more towards the back when you do your damage like that. So we'll go throw that down. Just to go and poke the Valraven, obviously. We'd probably want to focus the Valraven regardless, though. Given that, of course, Valraven has the extra sigils, and we definitely want that dead. Luckily, that does not create yellow, and then that dies, that dies. Do we take a skull here? I guess we do, because there's not two options. So we'll take this, we'll take the Sky Skull, and then he dies. Or not Sky Skull, but whatever you call that. That little bit of alignment that it has. Oh, well, it did have alignment. And then it went away. We don't have a stun right now, so I'm just going to have to go for a normal poke and hope we get something, and we do, or not. Now we do, and then it's dead. There we go. Let's keep going. What do we need here? We'll go for... I don't even think we have a skull spam there. I'm not sure what we want here. All of it looks equally bad. Let's take some blue, actually, just so we can get the weapon going. And then we could focus that down. We don't have any skull alignment, so that leaves us with a little bit weirder of an option. Looks like he's going to get a lot of red. I maybe should hit one of his reds. He's going to get so much red from that. That's not enough to kill either, so I'm going to have to go for like a mana accumulation off of this. Bit of a weird move, but we got to do something. We'll do skull there. Every skull should pretty much annihilate anything we touch during this event. Solzar is not going to be enough to kill that out, so I'm actually just going to go for more mana and hope it lands, and it does. Oh, no, it doesn't. We didn't land the extra turn, but it should be enough to chain into the win. So we get a skull, and then we get a skull, and he doesn't get a revive. Hello, Bill! Hello, the stat! Welcome, welcome. And welcome back, John. Oh, we'll go for this one. But yeah, the game plan for tomorrow's stream will probably be, if I wake up super early, I want to cover something related to the new patch. Because I never did a little mini video on that. I definitely need to. But if I wake up early enough, we'll cover that in the morning. Then we'll do the Gems of War stream as we normally do. Around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or so. Somewhere around there. And we'll do that for... Should take about 2 hours to do Bounty Hunter. Somewhere around there. Then once we get that done, we'll do a bit more Fall Guys. And we should be able to finish out Season 2 tomorrow. Or maybe not completely finish it out. But at least to the main rewards that we want, we should be able to finish out. Who knows? Maybe we can go all the way. Depends how things go. But we will be streaming it for quite a bit less tomorrow. But it might still be enough to get it done. What do we have here? He's not dead, so we're going to have to go for a poke there and then go for more skull spam. That'll make it so we have 3 remaining as far as what we need to take out, so we'll go for that. Damage right now. You don't even need Mang or Earth's Fury, really. Like, for the really later battles, you're kind of going to need it, but for these, for what you would most likely need for your guild requirements, I don't think you would ever actually end up needing it. Unless you're going for, like, leaderboard length or something. Which some people might be, of course, because orbs are a little bit more sought after now. Due to changes that they made the previous patch. Not the most recent patch, but the one prior to that. With the whole Battle Pass thing. Which still reminds me, I haven't even bought in the Battle Pass this season. There's nothing good in the first reward, so I don't even notice until, like, the 5th week or so. If we even have the Battle Pass. Obviously, the first time we kind of bought it instantly. And I definitely should still go get it, obviously. But there's nothing to show yet. So I haven't bothered actually buying it yet. I need to. Let's see. We'll just go throw a pokety poke at it. And that is match. Unless he revives, which it doesn't, luckily. Did I get the dragon gear? Oh, yeah. It wasn't on the pass or anything in Fall Guys. You have to buy it. Also, the DLC for it's broken. People were having problems with it. All we had to do was click play now on it and end up fixing it. But there's a weird issue with it that confused a lot of people, and they had to actually take it out from the shop because everyone was review bombing it because it wasn't working exactly properly. Let's see, but we got it to work. Magic Vertical Skin. Oh, don't you dare leave Valraven. That's what I thought. Let's see. I wish Gems of War would add more cosmetics to the game. Their main reasoning behind why they didn't is they said in the past they haven't sold well enough to really justify doing it. Though I wouldn't really think visual cosmetics would be that expensive to make. Like, every single one would be like a few hundred at most. So how little did they make that it didn't actually make a value? Because it shouldn't have to make that much. I'm not sure exactly how much they're paying for the art. But, it shouldn't really have a negative, like, cash throw. Like, there's almost no way it would. Let's see. I'll throw that down. Because there's plenty of other purchases within the game that probably have drastically lower. Let's see, let's go for the skull there and kill it. But I hope they do add more cosmetics to the game at some point, to Gems of War. Ideally, not all locked behind money. Let's see. Because the last really big cosmetic thing we've ever had were probably pets. Like the whole introduction of pets being added to the game. I haven't really gotten one since, for the most part. Other than all the troops we constantly keep getting. That's like in a category of its own. Let's see. We'll throw that over. Take that over. Take that over. I'm trying to get an extra turn out of this. Apparently, we're not going to. We'll move that over. We'll take that skull, and one more will do it. Though, unfortunately, we don't have it, so let's go poke him. And Solzar should be able to clean. Or skull works, too. The Orc Dragon. Which one is the Orc Dragon? Oh, you mean Drake Rider. Oh, okay. I was going to say for a moment, I was confused. Yeah, you mean Drake Rider, I believe. It's the only Orc Dragon I'm aware of. Let's see. We'll take that over. Yeah, Drake Rider is one of 2 troops that have a 100% chance to revive on death. However, not dying isn't too important in this game mode. Obviously, not losing is important. But a death on your team does not actually lower your score for this game mode. It will for the class event that we have today. But for Bounty Hunter in this game mode, it doesn't. So we don't need to worry about it as much. Okay, we got a Valraven. Need to make sure to kill that. Speaking about things to worry about. We don't have a follow-up, though. So we'll take that for now. Now we do. Oh, that's not enough. Oh, hold up. That's not enough damage. What's your score reduction? Only 25%? Ooh. Is our damage falling off that quick already? Or could it be because this thing has higher stats? Also, everything has like 20%. We will go clean that up. There should be enough to kill if we actually get alignment. Unfortunately, we don't have alignment. We can try moving this purple and see if we get a follow-up. If we got a yellow there, we can, and we actually did. I think that's worth it just to kill the Valraven, even though we might get hit by a billion skulls right now. He only hit us so many times. And one more skull will kill him back. Unfortunately, he took the very last skull. So we're going to have to poke him and hope we get a random red. I mean, not red, but a random skull. And there we go. There's our random skull. Easy as that. Just hope you randomly get luck. And it kills it out. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do enough solo to get that up. Based on my guild, I'm pretty sure 1,930 is approximately where we'll be after we go put in all these battles. So it should mean we get about 4 more Valravens based on that. Somewhere around 4. Also, Drake Rider battle is the main battle you want to avoid during this game mode. Pretty much as long as you don't do the Drake battle, it almost doesn't even matter what order you go in. Because it seems to cycle in a way where as long as you take the Drake's absolute last, it's perfectly fine just to do whatever. Just do it based on highest rarity and you should be fine. It's a really weird scoring, so just doing it based on highest rarity is the smoothest way of doing it, I feel. Even though there are instances where that might not necessarily always give the best amount of points because how weird it is this week. But the Drake Riders linger for so long that it doesn't really matter. Since ultimately you'll be down to just Drake Riders anyways. Also, level doesn't matter, so we could theoretically take the low-level Drake Rider here. We'll still keep with the high one, though. It's already such low stats that even the high one means almost no difference. What do we go for here? Let's go for poke on... I almost feel like going on Drake Rider. Are we using Titan? What's our hero class right now, actually? Alright, we're still using Barbarian, so we could get the half-mana start on that. I forgot. It might be worth switching to Titan so we can counter that. Some battles it matters, and other battles doesn't matter at all. Like this battle, it made almost no difference to have a counter for that. Not to mention he actually has to take a skull for us to be able to counter if we use it that way. Oh, we got an extra turn. Double extra turn. And 3 skulls. Why couldn't you have done that earlier? In, like, any battle. We get, like, every single skull once we already won the battle. Which obviously doesn't help us much. What do we have here? We'll go for... Oh, let's take the skull. No point in casting if it's already set up there. Now it might be worth casting. And I will go for it. So we'll do that. Get our poke. Unfortunately, we're not going to have a skull follow-up based on the board. We can go poke him still, though. Also, one nice thing about running Groshnock, not only does it give half mana start, but if we truly need it, if our hero dies, we have backup summon. And most orcs are good in first slot. But just he summon orc or Groshnock? He summons, yeah, he summons orc. That's what I thought. Just making sure. But most orcs are good in first slot, so ends up working out pretty well. We got a Valraven. I might just cast immediately, or not. Never mind. That ruined that plan. Well, we can take that skull. We can still take that skull. Well, we got it for free. That works. We'll take that one over. Unfortunately, explodes are yellow because the target's a yellow. I'll start chipping down the Drake Rider because he'll have revive. And we obviously want to deal with that. We'll go for our poke there. She finally does do triple. Not only do we gain triple souls, but we also do triple damage there because it has higher HP now. Unfortunately, we weren't able to chip enough to get a kill before the thing, though it's not going to matter because we instantly get a follow-up skull. Ends up working out. Okay, next we got the Krog the Dread, which oddly enough, even though it's a highest rarity, does not actually give the highest amount of points. Why that is, I have no clue. They find ways to make it even more confusing every single week, which is why I said just pretty much get all your battles to Drake Rider, and then just do whatever isn't Drake Rider at that point, because it almost doesn't matter what you choose with how it's going to cycle this time around. As long as you don't keep taking Drake Riders. Take anything that isn't a Drake Rider and you'll be fine. This is a weird board. I'll just throw a Zolzara. It's not gonna be enough to kill, but one more Pokeball. We could just get a Skull into anything, including another Skull if we truly had to. We'll throw a Garchnock here and see if we can just poke it with whatever, and that counts as whatever. And that just killed up. Should he get Hiking Iron Gut? Yes, Hiking Iron Gut is one of the better troops in the entire game, particularly if you're looking to do delves. It's arguably the best, single-handedly best delve troop you can end up getting. So definitely worth considering. Of course, it does cost 4,000 diamonds if you're getting it through Soulforge this week. It was also available through Event Keys last week. However, that doesn't help now. But, yeah, he's still available for 3 more days. All Friday, all of Saturday, and all of Sunday. And the rest of today, of course. So he's still got a little bit of time to go and craft him. Unfortunately, it does cost 4,000 diamonds, so if you're a bit short, you might not be able to close the gap. I think to be able to close the gap, you'd have to have like 6,000 or 3,600 or higher right now to effectively close the gap. But yeah, if you have 4,000 diamonds, it's worth considering. You got 3,295 points for the event. Nice. I'm not even sure where we're at right now. Though we haven't done all of our battles yet. And even once we do, I think we're going to be at around 1,900 something. I'm pretty sure. Actually, isn't that leaderboard? 3,000 something? Pretty sure it is. Yeah, that would be your leaderboard, wouldn't it? Oh no, it is 5 points below leaderboard. That is so close. That is so close to leaderboard. It is literally 5 points off. Ah, that's unfortunate. It is literally 5 points off. It's probably the weird scoring that did it as well. Also, hello, Emmanuel. Welcome. Okay, what can we get here? Well, I got a free poke, so that's just a good start. Do we have alignment? No. Is it still worth going for? Possibly. Now it's definitely worth going for. And we already won. Gosh, that was quick. Why can't every battle be that way? Yeah, once you reach the later stages, you do eventually have to switch to Mang. I mentioned a video on Monday related to that. Though I don't think we're going to be going deep enough since the amount of passes or amount of packs that we bought. So we probably won't need to worry about it. So we could probably maintain this team the entire time. But if you go a little bit deeper, you will probably start needing Mang. Because I've noticed we started not one-shotting some things. And obviously, once you start reaching that point, you probably want to go Earth Fury or Mang. However, at our current range, we don't really need it, since this is going to be overkill. Okay, he'll take a skull, we'll take a skull. Man, hopefully this thing will not summon. Good. Yeah, actually it hasn't gone to summon like the entire time. Yeah, Earth Fury is pretty good for this event, because every single thing gains the attack. So in case your hero accidentally dies, your entire team gains the benefit. Or, you know, everything that's currently alive anyways. Obviously your resummon doesn't get it. But anything that's alive when you cast the Earth Fury gets all those stats, and even if your hero dies, that's still pretty much going to be enough to one-shot with all the extra metal bonuses. Also, why on earth did I hit first slot? It's already dead. You should never hit first slot. I was just explaining that earlier, too. Fail. Okay, we got alignment there. Hopefully we can chain this into a bunch of skulls. Not quite, but we could try for one off the sky. Didn't get it. Worth a shot. Man, it just gives us a skull we need to win. Even though it pokes us back, doesn't really matter because it gives us the win. Works out quite well. It looks like we got about 10 to 12 battles left. Depends on Valraven luck. And then we'll probably hand out a code and then mess with everything else we need to go do today. As well as the class event. We do have that going on. I might go claim it for 25 gems. Obviously, it's not a lot, but it's more than what we had before. It's 25 less gems of the 1,100 we have to spend tomorrow. It's amazing how quickly you can end up burning through gems. It takes so long to accumulate. You could burn through all of them in such a short duration of time. We're spending 1,100 tomorrow because I'm not going to use a blue orb for it. So we're going to go really heavy into Bounty Hunter just to get all loot. Also be able to get it done all in the morning stream because that's definitely going to be enough sigils to do it. We could theoretically spend a little bit less, but then we'd have to use blue orb. And I kind of want to save my blue orbs for the thing. Even though it would save us 400 gems, I believe I do want to save every blue orb we can in the near foreseeable future. I'm actually going to go for this since he's already so close to kill range, just because that cleans him up. But unfortunately, we didn't hit an extra turn there. However, I think we're just going to go for skull here. So we'll kill that out. We'll need another one to kill the other, and Valraven can also die in a skull. And we have alignment, and he's dead. Easy. Did have a follow-up skull, but that was way more than enough. And there's a 20 gems for today. Nice. We'll be needing that for tomorrow. After all, we'll be almost at 2,200 gems by tomorrow. I mean, 22,000 I meant, sorry. Wrong number. Do we have an option? Yes. I almost said no and yes at the same time. Let's see. I'll take that. It's pretty much every single time I'm trying to look for a move. Is there an option? Yes. Both. There is. It's like there isn't. But as soon as we confirm that it isn't, there is. Because we'll just randomly find it somewhere. Lurking. It's enough to actually turn. We can kill both. We should have a follow-up somewhere, so we have plenty. Star turn as well. Yeah, based on current battles, we should be able to find 2 more Val Ravens. First one, or next one should be on the battle after this battle. Oh gosh, why'd that yellow have to connect? Now we don't have alignment. So I can't go for the cast here. I'm just gonna have to go for a poke and just throw it on like last slot or something. So that dies. Can we regain alignment? That'd be great. We do not, so let's take a poke. He'll take a poke back. We do not have much of a follow-up. Let's take that for now, I guess. He'll poke us back again. I almost feel so tempted just to go for this. We do not have a kill option. Oh, yes, we do. Never mind. And he's dead. Yeah, Blue Orb. I don't know. Blue Orb can be worth it for Bounty Hunter. Blue Orb on Bounty Hunter saves you 400 gems. That's a lot of gem saving. However, Blue Orbs is a bit more tempting to save now due to the new troop. Like, we had no way for sure of really knowing that that was actually eventually going to happen. There were, like, talks about it, but they talked about things for years. Like, they were talking about that for, like, many things, like, over 2 years. And it never ended up implementing it. Like, adding another Dawnbringer-like weapon and adding another boss troop. And neither of those happened until ever so recently. Actually, technically, the other thing didn't happen yet. It's happening at the end of the season. The new Dawnbringer-like weapon. But these are things that were mentioned, like, years ago that they're finally just implementing now. That tends to be the cycle of things. If they said they were probably going to add something, expect it to be like 2 or 3 years later. Like, it's eventually going to happen. But the time scale in which it happens is so absurdly long. Let's see. I'll take that. Not everything's like that, though. But quite a few things, oddly enough, are more than you would expect. Also, did I just leave a skull there? I failed. I'll take that skull. 2 more skulls will do it in. Or actually, technically 3 because you have to deal with the other thing. Unless we can get him stunned somehow. I don't believe we have any stun option on our team. I'm actually going to take that. And then we get a free skull. And I should kill it. Nice. Oh, well, I'm actually surprised we got it killed that turn. Actually, making a level this stream. Should be able to. We'll cover the rest of the XP and probably Explore after. Actually, will we even need it? We might get it just off of dailies and then the other thing. Might not even need Explore. But if we do need a little bit, we'll probably just spam Explore 3. Quick kill it a little bit. Mess with the new feature they added in the most recent patch. Gosh, it's such a good feature. Let's see. We'll throw that down. It's a change we've been wanting forever. Speaking about things that took years. But it's an issue that's been in the game for forever. Like, literally forever. Ever since 4x speed was added to the game. So we're talking like 3+ years or something. And they finally fixed it 3 days ago. Let's see. I'll take that over. Take that over. And it should be dead. And it's such a time saver. It's the biggest time saver since 4x speed, oddly enough. Even though the glitch was also introduced with 4x speed, oddly enough. Let's see. Take that over. Which is a kind of funny combination. The thing that was the biggest speed increase also came with a speed reduction that was only just recently fixed a few days ago. What's our option? That is our option, unless we can get some greens or some thing next to skull, and then we kill it out. Yeah, Duskbringer's the one. That is correct. Let's see. We'll take that over. A 110 Drake Rider. I feel like skipping this. We'll take it. Level does not matter, but I'll still take it. A little bit more of a challenge. Those should still immediately die. Oh, we didn't have extra turn. I was like looking at that. It's like, oh yeah, we could go use that. It's like, nope. Not if you don't land extra turn, you can't. Do we have an option? No. That works pretty well, though. We do have a skull option, so we'll go for that. He'll take the follow-up. I can't really follow on him unless that happens. Oh, and he gets another revive. How many revives do you want to get? Let's see. That's the last one, luckily, though. There's no possible way to get another. Yes, we have full mana. Perfect. Otherwise, we would have had no option to kill it immediately. But yeah, Duskbringer is happening at the end of this season. It's basically Dawnbringer, but 4 mana higher. It has all the same properties of Dawnbringer, just for a different coloration. And it's 4 mana cost higher. However, instead of 4 times Barrier, it has 4 times Deathmark. Will it be viable? I feel like no. The biggest thing holding it back is this increased mana cost, because it's basically doing the same overall damage as Dawnbringer, but for 4 higher mana costs. The main reason for its higher mana cost is because of the Deathmarks that it has. However, Deathmark, as you guys know, at least in the current state of the game, is pretty bad. Obviously, you can still get random kills, which is good, but its refresh thing is super, super horrible on it, and it just makes it so much worse than it could potentially be. They might be making it like they are, just because they might be planning to buff Deathmark into the future. As it currently stands, it seems like Duskbringer is actually going to be a weaker Dawnbringer. Also, one thing we do not know is what resources Duskbringer will cost. If we assume it is like Dawnbringer, it will end up costing, of course, about 1,000,000 souls and a few other small loots, with the 1,000,000 souls obviously being the main costs associated to it. However, that has not been confirmed, so we do not know for sure if that is the cost. Has Salty confirmed that? I don't believe she has. I am pretty certain no developer has confirmed that it costs 1,000,000 souls. However, that is the most likely thing that it will cost. But it has not been confirmed to my understanding, despite it being very likely to be the case. So if you don't have 1,000,000 souls, get it before the end of the season, if you want to go get Duskbringer. I feel like it's overall going to be weaker than Dawnbringer, but who knows? It might surprise me. Maybe Deathmark will magically get stronger between then. Who knows? Maybe they'll do a balance update that finally makes Deathmark not useless, but also not overpowered like when it had a 0 turn delay. That was really funny. When it had a 0 turn delay, you could go from the enemy turn to your turn with no reaction time, and you would just instantly die. Now there is a counter to that, though. You have Orpheus Metal, so you can actually have a chance of getting a cleanse through that before it actually triggers the death. However, that didn't exist at the time, so yeah, it was pretty broken back in the day. It originally had a 2-turn delay and was 100% useless. It then had a 0-turn delay and then became meta, and then it moved to a 1-turn delay and became completely dead again. What they need to do is have a 1-turn delay but not have any a 1-turn delay but don't have any refresh of the 1-turn delay. Because currently when you Deathmark something that has Deathmark, it refreshes the 1-turn delay, rather than just keeping it at its normal death thing. Like, it should refresh the timer as far as how long it'll stay on it, but it shouldn't refresh the 1-turn delay, which it currently does, which is the main reason why Deathmark is pretty much never used, except on Life and Death and things that are so strong, but a Deathmark is basically just an extra add-on because it's already so strong without it. I will kill with Soul's Error. Then we get some really good alignment. I think we have... Oh, what? How are you still alive? Like, I'm going to have to overkill him by a lot. I think it was worth it, because we actually just pretty much won with that chain. I should have cast Elzara. I could have gotten some free souls. Not like we really need them. But hey, every little bit counts. Never know when you might. Okay, I think this battle gives us a Vow Raven. I'm almost guarantee it does. Excuse me. Oh, no, it doesn't. Ooh. Our score seems a little low then. Let's see where it is. We should be tied with someone in our guild. If we're not, that's rather suspicious. Let's see. I feel like we were gypped the Vow Raven. Not too big a deal, though. Pretty sure our guild will easily be able to get all the rest requirements. I'll probably throw it again tomorrow, because I think we'll still be a little bit short. Oh, that actually killed. That's the first time I think our hero died. So everything has the increased damage, not just our hero. And we got a refresh of the orc. He converts green to brown. It actually has alignment, so why not? Though it's kind of pointless, since we could just take that. There we go. And as our final battle, are we in a multi-way tie with anyone in the guild? Yes, we are. Okay. Makes sense then. So we're in like a 4-way tie then. Okay. So that seems about right then. We might have taken one battle off, which is how these people got 1,930. It might have been something somewhere that made us throw it off a little bit. But yeah, it seems about right as far as what we have. Because the other ones are somewhat random, so it can change your number a little bit. So pretty much everyone at a 1,840 or higher in my guild did bare minimum then. Which means only 19 people did bare minimum, though everyone here is kind of pretty much within minimum. Anything closer to here, not so much though. Especially that 0. But we'll get to it. Actually, is that a new recruit? It might be. View profile. Yes, a month old. So it's still long enough that I'll hopefully get it in soon. Unless I haven't been active lately. I almost got the orbs. And of course, we'll be getting a lot of orbs tomorrow with a bounty hunter, of course. That ends up just drowning you in orbs. Okay, let me go hand out a code. And then we'll go mess around with the rest of the things we need to get around to. I'll switch to magic because I believe we're going to be needing that next for the dailies. Also, did we get anything all good off Adventure Bar? I didn't check earlier. Oh, no, it's just trash. That's what I thought. I believe I already checked my offers and I already bought them earlier. This is off stream, but I bought the little dragon thingy. I just do it out of habit now. Though we do get 3 more offers per day if we go do arena. I haven't been taking those lately. We did on like the very first day, but we took like 2 of them. But oh no, I don't feel like they're that worth it overall. The pets are kind of worth it, but most of the other ones not so much overall. Anyways, let me go hand out code. Also, my other hand is like, I was like pressing on it, and now it's like all what's it called? When you're like can't move it. I can't type with the hand. I was like leaning on it and cut off blood pressure to it. Might take a minute. Hold up. We'll get that code though. I need to try copy pasting with the other hand or something. Where is Kafka? I feel so weird. Let's see. Eventually my other hand will be good. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it with my right hand, which is very awkward for how far it is over to the left. Let's see. This code should work. It almost has motion back. Okay, I think it's good now. Let's see. Still feels weird clicking and everything. Oh, and I missed typing because I can't feel my hand. There we go. That should work. And I already redeemed that code. Oh, wait. The one below. Whoops. Already had that code, didn't I? That one I didn't. Aha! Always have such a habit of using the one that we just used, just to make sure that we have used it, so we don't skip any. But there you guys go. There's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever game says right over there is what you put in. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste random numbers and letters. Start with R7 and all 10 of those. And give same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. There you guys go. Of course, the main loot being 1 gem key. And only usable on PC mobile version. Okay. So next order of business. Make sure to go claim that. But let's go and clear out basic dailies, and then we'll probably go run the class event. And if we still have time, which we should, we'll go run to the next level. Because we are very close to getting a level, so might as well go get that. We're not going to speed run or anything. We're just going to quick kill Explore 3. Not even going to bother hooking up a controller. Should be fine without it. Where's Phoenicia team? We're just going to use Phoenicia for all of it. Where's Phoenicia? I'm going to run it for all of our dailies. All the dailies. Also, dailies are about 1 minute quicker now. And that's just counting daily adventure board plus dungeons. If you use the new method, it's about half a minute to a minute quicker. If you use it for every single option you have. Which is a pretty decent handful of extra time save. It's not much, but it saves about a second per battle. That's where all that time save comes from. Pretty much every time you do it, it saves like half a second. So if you're doing it twice in a battle, you're saving about a second. Or if more, it saves even more. Could potentially even save more time than that in certain situations. Like if you would have potentially have misclicked it in the past, but now it's not as misclickable. But I love that feature so much. That's like literally the whole patch to me. Like I almost even forget that the arena was the patch. The actual patch was just fixed. The arena was just a side thing. The actual real patch was just fixed, finally. The only problem with this is I don't check the starting board like barely ever. Because it's so hard to check it while also doing the ability thing. You have like half a second to check before it's too late to actually get value out of it. Whenever Wayne, it's a little bit better to check. Because she gets full mana off of more things. Or something like Phoenicia, it's, might as well just not even check. You're almost never going to have 5 times of the 2. As I say that, we literally have it. Oh, that's not her color, though. Fail. It was yellow and green. I have it set too. Oh, I still got full mana. We'll roll with it. We didn't play Animal Crossing all day. We played Fall Guys all day. And we slept beforehand. But yeah, Fall Guys had Season 2 today. I keep forgetting we can keep hovering over it. I wonder what happens if they actually change your order while you're still hovering. That would have been a good time to test it. I didn't, though. Fail. Not too big a deal. Very rarely would that ever be applicable. Very few things actually moves position. And even rarer that it would move position while you're hovering. Oh yeah, I'll be done with the season probably tomorrow. At least all the main rewards we want anyways. The last good reward that we really want is at 35. We'll definitely have 40 done by the 3rd day. That's how long it took me the first time was 3 days. Or when it was 3 days, it was more like 3 full days. That's going to take like a day and a half. Because we could potentially have it done by the end of next stream. And we're going to be doing the next stream of it after the Bounty Hunter stream tomorrow. I'll probably grab lunch and then do Fall Guys, then dinner, then Gems of War again. But in the morning, of course, we'll have Gems of War for Bounty Hunter. Okay, next order of business. Let's go and do the class event. I believe that's the last thing we need to really clear out. And whatever EXP we don't have, we'll go farm in Explore. So that we go gain a level. Sounds like a game plan. Of course, class event, only going to give us 25 gems, but might as well go for it. As far as team, we're probably just going to want to go for a quick kill Black Manacle. As far as team that I suggested on Monday, it was Black Manacle, Orc Veteran, Fist of Zorn, and Groshnok. A little bit weirder than the team that you would normally use, and it's also with Mechanist. However, the reason for this is we're just trying to quick kill the very first 4 battles, which honestly is as far as I would advise ever going with this. That's because buying class XP is ultra ridiculously expensive. And while some people might do it for the orbs and stuff like that, or because they don't have the class max yet, I generally do not advise it, as it's pretty expensive and something you would only do in end game or late game when you have a lot of resources and don't know what to do with your gems. At any other point in the game, it could be pretty wasteful to use any amount of gems towards a class event. It has one of the worst returns of any event in the game. They, once again, something that they mentioned, they would eventually buff it. That's something that's been about 1.5 years now, so it could still be a while before they do it. I think we still need another year to go by before they'll be like, oh yeah, we said this ages ago, let's go do it now. So we still got a little bit of time before we end up getting a change in that regard, but it'll probably happen whenever they do some kind of class rework. It'll probably also incorporate some kind of change to the class event. But as far as any event that you can get on a weekly basis, it is by far the worst value event. Actually, out of any event in the entire game, it is probably the overall worst value event that you could ever put gems into. I highly advise never doing it. Even this late in the game, with how much resources I have, I don't even go for it. It's just not worth it. Unless you're really desperate for a few more orbs to try to get Zugaf a little bit quicker, or the new mythic, which isn't as advised because Zugaf's better. But regardless, if you're still trying to get it, that's the only instance where it might be worth it. And even then, it's pretty expensive. And it's not really speeding you up too much. What even is the game plan right here? Well, obviously we kill that out. Ideally, we want to go for Black Manacle, of course. Black Manacle is the easiest quick kill for this team. And what we normally want to be aiming for, since it kills everything at once. However, it does have a few backup options for cleanup. Especially if they have revive or anything. Which there's 100% revive troop, which we do have to worry about. I believe we're using mech, so we don't actually have stun on Skull. So whenever they detect Skull, we don't actually get a stun. Which is a little unfortunate. Not too big a deal. We'll get full mana off of that and just kill Black Manacle. Have you gotten all mythics this year? Yes. We've gotten every single troop that exists within the game, with the only exception being Doomed Carandera. And I'm actually deliberately not crafting it in case they add another 8-orb troop, because there's a good possibility another 8-orb troop in sometime in the future will be better than Enraged Carandera. Normal Carandera pretty much does what Enraged Carandera does. Not exactly, but very close, to such a degree that I ended up passing on it. In hopes that if they do add another one in the near future, which I'm pretty sure they aren't anytime soon, but you never know. But in case they do within the next year or so, we'll have enough to craft it without having to go out of our way at all for orbs. Because while we don't have 8 power orbs right now, by the time another one was to be added at some point, maybe in season 2 or 3 from now, who knows, maybe season 4 will end up having one, season 5, something. But whenever that chapter finally comes around, or I should say campaign finally comes around for Gems of War, we'll be ready for it. So that's kind of why I ended up holding off on it. Just in case, you never know. Okay, so we'll throw that down. Oh, I didn't realize that's actually enough damage. I keep forgetting we have 5 whole extra damage. Yeah, Barbarian class is one of the worst classes in the game. It's outclassed by basically every class in the game. It is really abysmal. However, you do get free class XP, so hey, it's XP you didn't have towards it. You are eventually going to need to get it max for kingdom upgrades anyways. Every level 20 kingdom requires a level 100 hero class. And while it still is far away on quite a few locations, it's obviously something you will eventually require if you're going for 100% completion. So better later, or better now than later. When you actually need to get it last minute, it's better to get it done so you don't need to do it last minute. That's why we maxed out every hero class in the game, even though we probably use like 20% of them most of the time. We are using Mechanist right now, oddly enough. Mechanist at one point was actually one of the best hero classes in the game, but it was nerfed almost immediately. Not because it was too strong, but because they wanted to give every single hero class its tree related to its weapon. And this ended up having 2 really big consequences. It made Titan insanely good, and it made Mech insanely bad, at least compared to what it once was. Mech is still used occasionally, but he used to have triple damage birding, which means he had a brown-centered color, while also having protection, while also having 50% mana start, while also having triple damage birding. The most relevant thing out of all that is he was the only triple damage burning hero class in the entire game that had a 50% mana start. Currently, every single thing that has 50% mana start currently within the game for triple burning does not have a, or everything with triple burning currently within the game does not have a 50% mana start, not a single one. At least not naturally anyways. And most of them don't even have one by other means. Which is quite unfortunate, because if they ever did, they'd be so strong, which is what Mechanist used to be. But unfortunately, it was nerfed within, like, days. And it's also why Titan's been so strong for so long. Because the same day it got nerfed, the other one got buffed. That was really early. That was, like, almost right when classes came out. It was, like, a week after or something. They made that change super quick. But ever since then, Mech has been worse, and Titan has been insane. One more pokety poke will kill. Yeah, Enraged Karandera doesn't seem worth it. Like, for progress and overall everything, it might be okay, but, I don't know, it just doesn't seem too worth it to me. If we could get confirmation that would be like another 1.5 years before they add another troop like that, then maybe I would. However, it could happen any season. It's not happening this season, but for all we know, it could happen next season. Like chapter or campaign 3 of Gems of War could bring in another mythic for all we know. Because that info isn't out yet, so it's worth just waiting. But yeah, the main thing that Enraged Karandera is useful for at the moment, it has Indestructible. It is currently the strongest troop that is player owned that has Indestructible. The only other troops that have it are the 6 Doom troops, which are so weak that you pretty much never touch them ever. So it's essentially the only Indestructible in the game that is player owned. It's not technically the only one, but realistically it's the only viable one, so it technically is the only one, in a sense, as far as what you would actually use. What do we need here? I'll take brown. I need to start getting black manacle more. I feel like I'm not focusing as much. I keep going for like skulls, whereas it'd be much better just going for a straight black manacle. I'll kill out the bullet in case it goes crazy. You never know. Also, this does feed into itself. It's one of the reasons why it's in the team. It can actually do a little bit of weird cleanup, because it if their attack is weaker, it ends up doing an 8 red. And if you're just doing the free battles, every single thing will have a weaker attack. So you actually always get to spawn that 8 red, which ends up working out pretty well. Because you'll consistently get the extra mana accumulation, which is nice. But if anyone has any other questions, anything else you want me to go over, let me know. Oh, that's funny, John. I actually almost had the same thing for dinner today. Except I had it with mashed potatoes. And I had green beans instead of broccoli. It's kind of funny you mentioned that. Also, it's fried chicken, not baked. Let's see. It was still actually leftover, most of that. so it didn't take that long. Let's see, we'll take that over. That's kind of funny. I had like very similar tonight between the two streams. It was really good. Pick that up. Grab that free, and where's our kill? Where's our kill? Let's take some ready to poke it. Or skull work too. What did you have for dinner, Bill? Let's see. What can we get here? We got the full kill there, so we can go get a full good AoE after. Is Purple Surge enough mana? No. Is Purple Surge into Purple Surge enough mana? Yes. So we'll grab that, take that down. We'll kill most of the team, and then we can just clean up with this if it'll let me. That's not quite what I wanted to have happen. Luckily, he leaves a skull for us. They're never going to make boss troops available in keys, that's for sure. The whole point of boss troops is to make them absurdly hard to obtain, so very few people have them. Originally, that was somewhat supposed to be the case of Mythics as well. However, Mythics in the current state of the game has become something that a lot of endgame players can kind of just automatically get consistently 100% of the time, or almost 100% of the time. So it's not as like rare of a thing. However, Doom troops or boss troops are kind of supposed to be that new category of what Mythics were supposed to be in the past, where essentially they are so really ridiculously unobtainable that not everyone even has them. They're supposed to kind of be under that category, so they're kind of deliberately ridiculously hard to get. It also maintains the gem sink value, because the biggest gem sink in the game is leaderboards for orbs. So whenever they make something cost more orbs, it helps the sinking economy for gems. Because I'm pretty sure they have data on it, and if I had to guess, it's by far the biggest gem sink in the game. I can't think of anything else that'd be a bigger gem sink than leaderboards. A power orb can often go for thousands of gems. Normally it doesn't go over 10,000, but the average power orb can normally go for like 6,000 to 9,000 gems. Give or take a little bit. I'm doing that just to have a follow-up. We have like almost no option. There we go. What do we even grab here? We'll take that for now. Get our little bit of manas. Do we have a drop for that? Yes, we do. I'm actually going to go for that first. And then we'll go for poke. I want to bring him into kill range so we can just black manacle ideally. Or kill with skull. I don't want it draining us. Play it safe just in case. I'll take a brown. 1 mana short, unfortunately. Let's take a little bit of poke. Take a poke again. At this point, I'm just setting up for a black manacle. And then we take black manacle. We'll wipe everything but last slot. And then we poke last slot. With pokey poke. 3 more battles, and we have 3 more sigils, which always works. One interesting thing about class events, even though it doesn't consistently get you through the entire campaign, or through all the tasks, if you buy to tier 3, I believe it is, it still doesn't consistently always get you through, which is one of the main reasons why it's not worth going for. However, one thing it 100% consistently does, if you don't pay any gems, it'll consistently get you to tier 4 every single time, 100% of the time. There's not been a single instance where that does not occur, assuming you obviously don't lose a Val Raven. But it happens 100% of the time, which is an interesting property of it, which is how I know every single time I'll get 25 gems, because it consistently does that every time, with no exception. We need a way to poke him. We don't really have much good on this board. I'm just going to throw a bunch of manas and hope both of them land so we can go past both of them. We both brown and red. And it looks like it'll do exactly that. Unfortunately, it moved, so I can't actually do the other one. And we didn't get Devourer, so a little bit short. We'll just goal him and he's dead. Oh yeah, don't forget, we have a new pet this Friday. I mean Saturday. Well, it's not new, but a lot of people probably don't have it. The 2018 Halloween pets this Saturday in Gems of War. Don't forget about that. Make sure to log in and go get it. Doesn't take that long. I'm not even sure if it's in the pet preview thing. Well, I guess if you don't have a pet, it should be. But yeah, this Saturday, make sure to get it. If any of you haven't gotten it, and even if you have, obviously just get more copies of it's always good. But yeah, 2018 Halloween pet. Actually, it's the one I'm wearing on my shoulder. I was wearing this all week just to kind of show it. But this pet right on my shoulder is available on Saturday. A lot of people likely don't have it since you had to have been playing 2 years ago. I think it might have been available at one other point. But because sometimes they bring the back here and there through various means like they are this Saturday. But it's very rare. But yeah, 2018 pet's coming back. Not sure when we're getting to 2021 though. I assume it's the Wednesday before Halloween. Sometimes they do it on a weird date. Also, speaking of Halloween, the weekend of Halloween, I believe, is the first Valor event. That was added in the most recent patch. You don't really need to know much about it now, other than it's basically an arena event. But we will be explaining it quite a bit once it comes to that point. Because obviously we'll have a lot more to need to explain. Because right now, knowing enough stuff about it, it's kind of irrelevant knowledge until it actually happens. Since you can't actually use the knowledge for anything until it happens. So, rather pointless going over it now. But the main thing to really note about it, it actually has writs, which craft deeds in it as one of the rewards, which is a rather interesting reward, given that that is obviously quite a decent reward. It might be such a small amount relative to the time required to get it that it might not be worth it, but we don't know exactly how the breakdown will be to know for sure if it will or will not. Only time will tell. But if anyone still has any other questions or anything else you want me to go over, let me know. Otherwise, we'll go claim our gems, get our level, and we might call it a wrap for tonight. Let's go gain that level. We can't not get it. We're so close. I'm just going to run some quick Explore 3 and just quick kill it off of, we'll go Golvania. Good. It's all the way at the beginning as well. Let's go for some quick Explore 3 Golvania. Run it obviously with Rowan. Change to armor. And get our quick kills going. I will go change to armor. There it is. Okay. And we'll go roll this. And we should be able to get this within not that long at all. Probably takes about 5 minutes. Though the EXP bar always looks like it's going to gain a level and then it goes like 20, 30 battles and it's like, nope, no level yet. Like even right now it looks like it's almost there. But yeah, it's not. That's at least like 40 battles. 30, 40. Oh yeah, gyros are really good. The only problem is in many areas, only like smaller businesses would end up doing it. And now that almost every small business has been obliterated due to the virus, I'm not sure if it'll be as easy to really get them. Because I don't know like any major chain anywhere is even remotely near me that sell gyros. It was always smaller kind of owned locations that would ever do it. If they even had it at all. But yeah, I haven't been going around much. I can only imagine how many small businesses have just been completely shut down. Probably ghost towns in some areas. Because obviously I don't go out unless I 100% absolutely need to. Normally just for food, shopping. Even that I try to barely ever do. Let's see if we go for that. Oh no, that's unfortunate to hear, Chris. Yeah, I know. There's no way small businesses can survive the virus. They can barely even survive under normal circumstances, many of them. Let alone being shut down for like a year, if not longer, for the most part. Because there's like no way to recover from that. Especially when most of their profit margins are so thin. And now they're just deep in the red to the point that they just have to sell. And what's unfortunate is most of them are in like year-long contracts because most of them rent out the places that they own. Very few small businesses actually own the place that they're running. And they're normally locked in for like a year contract, 2-year contract, stuff like that. I know in my area it's normally a year contract here in Myrtle Beach. Like almost every rental is at minimum a year contract because what they try to do, because they know everyone tries coming in for the summer to make all the profit then, which obviously they couldn't really do this summer for obvious reason. But normally they try to make all their money during the summer. So they try to rent on a monthly or yearly basis rather than a monthly basis. So they can lock people in for all the dead months, like during the winter and everything, where this area is just completely dead, even if it wasn't the virus. But yeah, so a lot of them are locked in for at least a year contract, at least in my area. Not sure how it works in other areas. But most small businesses rent and don't own the establishment in many situations. Let's see. Now the orbs have become more important. What are the easiest events, best events? Most orbs, Bounty Hunter tomorrow. Bounty Hunter has the most amount of orbs of any event in the entire game that are guaranteed. It has 2 major orbs and 4 minor orbs and 2 or 3 Volkies, I forget. Is it 2 or 3? I think it's 2. But it has 2 Volkies, which could have orbs, 4 minor orbs, and 2 major orbs. It's the most amount of major orbs in any event. And of course it has a leaderboard. However, the leaderboard's normally pretty contested, since people are already going so deep to get all the all the rewards. I believe you need to buy tier 7 at least once to make the leaderboard on it. But Bounty Hunter by far is the best. Other than that, any guild-related event has pretty good value overall, because if you do it as a guild, it's very small expense relative to what you get in return. The average guild event can be done for roughly 250 to 500 gems. And if every person in your guild does about that much, you'll get it done. Whereas something like Bounty Hunter to fully complete takes 1,110 gems, or 7,110 if you use a blue orb. However, obviously blue orb's the main thing used to make power orbs, so might not necessarily want to do that, even though it saves 400 gems. Alright, we gained a level already. What am I doing? I'm gonna keep going. But yeah, if anyone has any other questions, let me know. Make sure to get around to it. Let's see. Your question is, why always purple on Gem Mastery? Just because I made it a habit since I started the game. There's no actually strategic reason to it. It actually makes the account overall slightly weaker doing it, because evenly distributing them actually gives you an overall better surge percent. The only reason I do is because when I first did Masteries, I did them all into purple because at the time purple weapons were pretty good at the beginning of the game when it first started like 6 years ago. And then once we got to that point, I just kept putting it to purple, and I never stopped, and it just became a thing. And I just keep doing it. It's actually bad to do. However, in doing so, we have the highest purple surge chance in the entire game. But also in doing so, relative to our level, we have the lowest of every other surge chance. So overall, it makes it kind of bad. It's a net loss, not a gain. But at least we can say we have the highest purple surge chance in the game, if nothing else. But no, there's no strategic reason to it. Just kind of something we do. Because why not? It doesn't make that big of a difference. So, might as well. There's really pretty much no reason other than just because we do. But any other question, anyone? Let me know. Otherwise, I think we might call it a night. We will be back tomorrow around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or so. At that time, we will go and do all of Bounty Hunter. And that should take about 2-ish hours or so, give or take a little bit. Just depends on how annoying Bounty Hunter is tomorrow. We'll have to see. We don't know until tomorrow what the battles will be. Sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it just goes quicker. Really, just depends what's available. After that, we'll break for lunch, do Fall Guys for a bit, hopefully finish out Season 2, or at least get a good chunk at it. And then we'll be dinner break, and then we'll do Gems of War, the normal time we always do tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's pretty much the full breakdown of our schedule tomorrow. But any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, once we finish out the set, we'll probably call it a night. Well, balancing all traits is the best way to do it for leveling up. The strongest way to make your account is to evenly balance all gem mastery when you gain a level. I just do it weird. But it is actually more strategic to evenly distribute them. It's just kind of become a meme at this point that we always put into purple. So we just do it. There hasn't been a single level up that we could have went into purple where we didn't go into purple. There's really no reason for it. We just do. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be calling it a night. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck with Bounty Hunter. Keep in mind, one other thing that's happening, this is the last day to get the useless mythic of Ishtara. It doesn't have a timer here. However, it only has 6 hours left as of this exact moment in time. This is also relevant because if you want to open your Glory Gem Guild and VIP keys and you don't want to get this mythic, you can start doing so in a little over 6 hours. Because then it'll be tomorrow and the reset would have happened and this will no longer be in the drop table. You can tell by icon no longer being here that it wouldn't be exclusive anymore. But if you are still looking for this, you got 6 hours of this exact moment in time. I'm pretty sure that is almost no one, but I figured I'd mention it just in case. There's one person out there who's like, I still want to get that mythic. You never know. If you want it for 10 stars, I guess it's okay to try for it a little bit, but it's a pretty bad mythic, to say the least. They somehow made it worse than Elmagrim, which is rather surprising, since Elmagrim hasn't been meta for like 2 years. But anyways, don't forget about that, because this is the last 6 hours to get it conveniently. Otherwise, you'll need to pay like the 4,000 diamonds to go get it realistically. Better wait till Dragon's Claw event and try it with event keys. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out now. Thank you so much for stopping by. Always greatly appreciated. Feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps it a lot. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Bounty Hunter. Best of luck with it. And yeah, if you're looking for orbs, Bounty Hunter is the highest amount of orb yield that are guaranteed out of any event. So definitely worth considering. A little pricey to do it all the way to the major orbs. However, major orbs are, of course, pretty valuable if you end up rolling a major blue, as that's a nice step towards getting Zugoff, or if you're trying to get it in Rage Carandera. So we will be doing that, and I will spend the 1,110 gems, which is how much it requires to get it done. And you can technically do it with 7,010 gems, but it costs 1 blue orb, which kind of defeats the point of trying to get orbs, in a sense. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Always appreciated. See you guys soon, and have a wonderful weekend. And enjoy Bounty.